talking about empowerment, and I was about to tell us, or lack thereof, and I was about to tell the story.
Oh, yes, the victim.
So I was about 32 and living in Georgia, and really fucked up, like after a party, probably high on whatever, and drunk. And I'm by myself walking through the parking lot on my way from seeing this guy that I was seeing. And I remember having a thought drop into my head, basically, that none of this is my parents' fault. Not the position that I'm in my life like right now, not how I choose to live my life. Like, none of this is outside of me. These are my choices. And I thought to myself, I need to find the path in my life that makes me the most empowered. Mm-hmm. And it was a realization that started me on a search for how do I become the most empowered version of myself.
I get that. And I was having similar thoughts. And the only thing that I was having trouble harmonizing was being molested by my father, especially. It's like, how did I choose that? And how is that empowering me? And I learned that I choose to see the world as we are all whole beings, we're fragments of God in a way. But we come onto this planet where we can experience life as a single being, kind of like one against the world. Mm-hmm. And the object of the game is coming in, feeling like you are separate from everything and it's you against the world, and remembering how to remember that you are one with everything. Mm-hmm. And it's the biggest challenge when you have to overcome that from learning that you can't trust anyone, not even your parents. That basically trusting in another being ensures your death, dismemberment, suffering, pain. So the only way you can be safe is to be completely alone. And that's what I've had to overcome in order to be a member of a collective and to see the value in others. Not from a sense of like, I'm better than everyone, but I'm just only safe alone. It's kind of like, I actually really like the character from one of those, The Walking Dead.
I never watched that show.
I only watched a few seasons, but the lady that had the machete and she was like, yeah, it's just me and my little slave dog brothers, and I'm going to kill the entire world if you come anywhere near me. I'm only safe if you're not here. So I totally identified with that lady. But now I realize that the only way we're going to survive is if we get a little crazy.
The crazy.
Nah. And crazy means seeing the collective in each other.
Yeah.
It's really fucking hard when you see the world as enemies.
It is. Or yourself as a victim. Mm-hmm. You know? Yeah. Like, I do not understand why, at this point, anybody would choose to be disempowered.
Because hold on, if everything is an enemy, then you must be the victim, right?
Right.
Because we're all playing a role here. And if there's only the enemy or the victim, then you have to, if they're the enemy, then you're the victim. So yeah. Don't be a victim.
And be empowered.
Yeah. It's really
It's just
cool.
I don't know. You know, but you can do what you want, but like, why would you choose to be disempowered?
Why were we talking about that though? Oh, because people who choose to not accept responsibility for what's happening in their life. Mm-hmm. Nobody's forcing you to do anything.
You always have a choice. Even when you think you don't have a choice, you always have a choice.
And that's what they said about the Nazis, is like they felt like they didn't have a choice, that they had to pull the trigger or whatever on people because it was written in their language. They said it was like a way of, you don't have to accept responsibility for something that you're being forced to do. But the illusion is that you're forced to do anything. You always have a choice. And, you know, even if the choice is dying versus doing something that you disagree with, then always choose death.
Yeah, I would rather. I mean, I would rather, like, the longer that I'm on this earth, the more that I understand that doing what I want to do is the most important thing. Mm-hmm. Making myself happy, that's the most important thing. Yeah. And it doesn't matter to me who it affects. And I'm not saying that, like, I'm out doing malicious things on purpose. I mean, you can do what you want, but I'm just saying, like, being my most authentic self and really reaching into that is the most empowering thing.
It's true.
Totally is.
You don't have to be a slave. You can choose death. Mm-hmm. I choose death.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And I probably did. I'm sure I probably lived a slave life I mean, we've all we're energy. So when you think about,
I've been living as a service animal for 40
years.
I'm a recovering service animal. I only live for me now. If it does not please me, if I cannot do something with the joy of feeding a baby duck, I'm not going to do it. Mm-mm. So if I say no to you, it's just because I would rather feed a duck. Okay. Nothing personal. I really got a duck to feed.
But it's true. Well, people shouldn't take it personally. People's choices are their choices, and it has nothing to do with the other person.
Yeah, sometimes we just got a different train to catch.
Mm-hmm. And I don't know. I just wish people would realize that more.
We're on it. We're working on it. I mean, in our culture, everything is so individualized that we have to make everything about ourselves because that's all we really understand.
Well, we had to make it this difficult because if you remember who you are as this unlimited, everlasting, ancient spirit being.
Oh yeah.
It's like you want another experience because after I mean, you're ageless, so you've always been that.
But sometimes it's fun to live with limitations.
That's right, and that's why we're here in this fleshly form.
Ooh, I learned, what was it I learned today? There was this thing about projections on other people and how if you're judging, I feel like whenever I'm judging someone and being like, oh, this person is doing this to me, and I'm like naming what their behavior is, that really, there's a part of myself that is almost jealous of this thing that they get to do without any repercussions, I guess, and feeling like I'm not allowed to do something. I don't know. I kind of lost the thread of my thought. I smoked some cannabis. A little too much.
Well, okay, so as you were saying jealousy, I was thinking, I hate jealousy. I was thinking, how long does it take you until you catch that and you realize I don't want to feel like that anymore? Is it minutes? Is it seconds? Is it days?
Well, usually I have to have a physical ailment, and I'm like, why am I having so many sicknesses? What's wrong with me? Who hates me? And then I realize it's like, oh yeah, I've been ignoring all of my feelings and wants and needs and totally living for other people and saying yes and doing out of guilt. And when we say yes or do anything in fear of guilt or shame or out of wanting to get a reward or wanting to avoid punishment, for saying or doing anything for any of those reasons, somebody has to pay for that, in the sense of like, if you are feeling resentful for doing something for someone, even if you're doing something nice for them, they're still going to feel the negativity of you knowing that you're not. The
intention has to be pure behind
it's
that.
All about the intention. And so if you can't honestly do or give to someone, then you should just tell them no, because it doesn't do you a service to be resentful for doing something for them, and it doesn't do them a service to feel this underlying, they're only doing this and they don't really like me kind of thing. And it's like, just be honest. It doesn't hurt anyone to just
honesty
say,
is the best policy.
I gotta do something else today.
Yeah, it's so true. Like today I'm not feeling particularly good because I tripped last night. And so I had some things lined up. I'd made some promises to people. I was going to wait my goal when I woke up this morning was I was going to wait all day to see how I feel later in the day before I tell these people, no, I'm not doing it. But I have decided, I'm telling them, no, I'm not doing it because I really don't. I'm not.
You gotta listen to your body.
Yeah.
Your body is like, I'm injured, and I'm telling you without you weren't listening to me, but now I'm giving you an injury so that you can be like, hey, I'm not feeling well. I'm going to stay home. I'm going to protect myself because I wasn't listening about wanting to protect myself anyway.
And that's funny that we're talking about, because I had a thought earlier. I was like, what if I tripped last night to encourage, and this is my body
to
being
force
like, to force me to move more, and to have to now deal with these, things that I told people that I was going to do and show up for, and now I'm not. So I had That's not easy for me to do that because I always want to. I have a very high level of integrity when it comes to telling people.
Pleasing.
Yeah. Well, when I say I'm going to do something, I like to fucking do it.
Right. But I mean, you also have to listen to yourself. And even if you said you wanted to do something, then that wasn't a moment where you were feeling like that was what you want to do. But now you have something else that you'd rather do, and you're like, oh.
Well, it's not a rather do. It's like what I would rather is uphold the commitments that I made. That's what I would rather. But I do not. I am so sore and like not wanting to be touched or really talk to anybody right now except for you.
Well, I won't touch, but unless you want to. I'm just not even. I'm just saying, like, sometimes for me, like, I have things that I agree to, and then I'm like, when it comes time, like, sometimes I just don't want to leave the house because I'm lazy. But other times I'm like, I realize that I said something, but maybe when I was thinking about it, I wasn't really fully thinking about what I wanted, and so I just kind of agreed just to be agreeable, maybe.
Well, then,
not to disappoint somebody.
Right, but then when you feel something like that, I feel like you should just be honest and not go ahead and do it anyway, because there's already the spirit or energy of regret behind that.
Yeah.
So
I
why
come with that regret?
Exactly.
And I end up going into a lot of things with regret, and it makes everything miserable because I already went in with this like bad opinion, and then I manifest more bad opinions. So it's like,
see, so it's not worth it. It's just being your most authentic self at every moment is of utmost importance. I
actually heard yesterday, which I thought was interesting, because somebody was like, love isn't the highest vibration. I was like, what? Of course love is the highest vibration. Then they said authenticity is higher than love. And I can
agree with that.
Oh, yeah.
I can totally agree with that. Sense, because you cannot be authentic and hate yourself.
And you can't love without being authentic.
That's correct.
Yeah.
So, there you go.
So, there we go. That's some fucked up shit.
I mean...
sometimes it's like, for me, I feel like I am, in most times, a pretty authentic person. I am pretty...
It's hard.
Non-caring of what most people think. But then I also, what is hard for me is connecting with others. So as long as it doesn't involve other people, I'm genuinely pretty good. But then once I have people I care about, then I worry about anything that I want hurting them in some way. And so I make my needs as small as possible, and I try not to pester them or be annoying or really
You just
bother.
Make yourself small.
Yeah, I just make myself small. And that is also a form of inauthenticity.
Yeah, because it's a lack of self-love and self-worth.
And then I just like wait to get what I want until they're fully happy and satisfied, which is usually never, because some people have hard times being happy.
Mm-hmm. So see, you make the choice if you're going to stay there and people please and keep yourself small, or you're going to be like, no, I'm going to live my life and get my needs met, and this is what it takes to do that. But I want to
there's some people I enjoy pleasing.
I mean, there's as the whole thing of it is that if there's joy behind it, if there's a high vibration behind
how to please others while also pleasing myself.
Yeah. You'll figure it out.
Yeah, mutual masturbation.
There you go. I mean, it happens in the physical. You can do it as above, so below.
Hey. Anyway, I'm just using that as a euphemism. I wasn't actually referring to any particular persons or events.
Okay.
Ooh. Shh. Don't tell your parents.
But that's all I wanted to say. I was talking to these people outside last night about triple nickel, and they're like, "Well, what if you're a murderer and you?" And I'm like,
"Who's a murderer?"
Well, just in general, saying, "What if you're a murderer and you go out and hurt all these people?" And that's living. I said, if that's living your authentic self, then that's living your authentic self.
I mean,
but it's also judgment.
There's also a very unique experience that only a serial killer can have.
Exactly.
Like, it's not a common experience.
And that's what humanity is doing here. We're here figuring out what we want.
Mm-hmm. We're assimilating experiences into our subconscious.
Mm-hmm. Because it's feeding information back to source.
But also, in non-violent communication, everything anybody is ever saying is please or thank you. So what kind of please is a serial killer trying to say? And like, how desperately sad and damaged do you have to be in order to be somebody who is okay with taking life from another? Like seeing someone struggle in pain and continuing to hurt them. Or it's like even with animals, which I think is almost a far worse offense. To hurt an animal and take pleasure in its pain is I'm just like, how? Like it's just such an innocent thing that's just looking at you for it's care to be, we're here to care for these creatures. Like even if you're not a religious person, which I'm not, it's still, I believe that we are supposed to be like stewards of the land in the sense of like we're as levels of consciousness able to have empathy for other creatures and to have empathy for each other, which maybe some animals can and can't, but as animals on our level, we are able to. And it's our duty to teach that and to experience that and to, I don't know, try to be our best.
What side of the coin do you want to be on? What kind of world do you... That's what I think about all the time. I act according to what I would like to experience in the world. So, like I was saying, I like to keep, if I make a promise, I like to keep. If I say I'm going to do something, I like to go ahead and do it. I like to remember people's names, and
it's hard.
You
do so good.
It just takes practice.
I know. Practicing. I was blaming the marijuana for my lack of memory, but it's not true.
I mean, it's not. I smoke like you do, so. But yeah, like I have these experience. I want my life to be the most enjoyable fleshly experience that I can have, and so that's how I choose to live every day. I be the change that I want to see, and that's important.
Oh, wait. Let's see. I don't have one handy. Oh, it's not a thing. Ooh. At Sound Data Collective. Anyway, it's not a big deal. I feel like I'm going to sneeze.
See, there you go.
Oh, yeah. We're going to say our oath, because it's fun.
It is.
Ready?
As members of Sound and Shadow Collective, we are committed to facilitating our own healing, as well as the healing of those around us. By this symbolic gesture,
holding your hands at your heart,
we cleanse ourselves of resentment, critical emotions toward ourselves and others, self-condemnation, and the habit of assuming the worst about any situation or being. We accept that we create our own circumstances, consciously and unconsciously, and we choose to see every situation as a mere and being as a mere situation and being as a mirror and lesson for our personal evolution toward unified, loving community for the betterment of all and the planet. So it is.
Anyway, we're such nerds.
That was fun because I usually say so it be and you said so.
I know.
I didn't switch that automatically.
I was regretting saying so it is instead of so it be, because if you say so it be, you can use a little bee emoji. It's really cute.
Yeah, it's a cute little chubby little bee.
Do you want to sing?
I actually.
Her shooty box right there.
Okay, let's do it. I meant to bring mine in. And I was like, my body hurts too much for this.
And maybe Ginger will like it. Ginger is hanging out behind the camera.
Yeah, she's a cute little kitty.
Very cute.
Her eyes match her fur.
It's true. Oh, sure. Okay.
I need a massage, but I don't want anybody to touch me. I should probably use that shiatsu massager I have at home when I get home.
Oh yeah, I have shoes. Well, I'd be happy to give you a massage if you like.
I'll have to get it back from one of my roommates.
Okay. Bloop. Oh. Sorry, I smashed you. I don't even know. This is already open on C and F. I really did not enjoy that last time, though. So, let's do... I don't know. For some reason, F is, like, hard for me to get into. It's a little too, like...
Because it's the heart chakra.
I'm like, ugh.
Well, we could also do, like, F sharp or something. How does that sound?
But what does it go with?
Well, I just wanted to hear it by itself.
Let's see. Maybe this one. Let's see how this... Well, yeah, we'll do it by itself first. F sharp. You know, like the C sharp?
Let's try
sharp and F sharp. Whatever. Where'd that note go? This is really challenging.
Well, I mean, F is challenging. That's why I think we should do it more. I mean, we're in our comfort zone when we stay in the lower chakras. D, I don't necessarily like either.
Really? I love D, especially with
Yeah, I know you do.
the D and the A. I think the D and the A was what I was wailing on when that psychic lady came and yelled at me. And I was just like really like getting into my inner siren. fully receive and reciprocate
We fully receive and reciprocate
the abundance required
the abundance required
to match the energy,
to match the energy,
to be free and whole
to be free and whole
in our safety,
in our safety,
our sexuality,
our sexuality,
our emotions, our centeredness,
our centeredness,
our intuition,
our intuition,
our spirits,
and
our community.
and our community.
I usually see how long I can make this out.
I know, and I'm like, I was just thinking, I need to like take a breath for the last line and like.
Sometimes I don't even remember to breathe, but it just like keeps going.
Well, good.
It's weird.
I probably would, if I would stop smoking cigarettes, I'd be
Do
better.
it then. But, whatever you
I
believe
mean,
is true.
it is true.
There's people who smoke cigarettes every day for like thousands of years.
Joni Mitchell,
They're good to
Joe
go.
Jackson. I'm just saying, they will smoke cigarettes till they
If
die.
you want it, you should do it.
But my body doesn't always want
Well,
it.
if
Like
your body doesn't want it, then don't do it.
Okay, well.
You can try away and be like, oh, nope, not today.
Yeah, because I did that twice a day.
Don't force yourself if
Yeah.
it's not what you want.
Mm-mm.
Yeah.
Being.
If it's not a fuck yes, it's a fuck no.
Yeah.
You can't do it with the joy of feeding a little duck.
Then don't do it.
Then don't do it.
But that's. I mean, life is simple as that.
It's so
right?
true. It's so true. Let's do it 2 more times, though.
Okay.
You want to do it without the shitty box?
Well, we can go ahead. I mean, we don't need it. I mean, whatever.
Pump it up. Pump the champs.
Yeah, because we have to do the toning at the end.
Yeah,
so,
yeah. We fully receive and reciprocate
we fully receive and reciprocate
the abundance required
the abundance required
to match the energy,
to match the energy,
to be free and whole
to be free and whole
in our safety,
in our safety,
our sexuality,
our sexuality,
our emotions,
our centeredness,
our centeredness, our intuition,
our spirits,
and our community.
and our community.
I can't do it and laugh. You guys see how high you can go, because it's crazy. We love you. Hugs to the manders. Salamanders. One more time.
Oh yeah.
We fully receive and reciprocate
We fully receive and reciprocate
the abundance required
the abundance required
to match the energy.
to match the energy,
To be free and whole
to be free and whole
in our safety,
in our safety,
our sexuality,
our
emotions,
our
our centeredness, our intuition,
our spirits,
and spirits,
our
our community,
and
our shadow.
Oh,
Our shadow.
and shadow.
I think we should fully embrace our shadow. Like, man, I just realized that being sick, I keep getting colds and I keep getting all these weird fucking mysterious illnesses that just make it so that I can't go anywhere. But at the same time, I really love it because now I have a reason to not go anywhere because I'm sick. And so I've been realizing I just need to spend more time by myself and, just in bed with friends.
In bed talks, in bed with friends. Or
Bed
something.
talks and
Yeah,
friends.
Bed talks with
So
friends.
yeah,
Something like
we should do more bed talks.
that. Yeah.
I'm gonna do a tour of beds.
Yeah, let us know
Let us hang
if
out in
you-
your
yeah.
bed and we'll talk with you.
Yeah.
Right now I'm house sitting, so I'm in somebody else's bed talking to you. So yeah. Why are we still playing this?
Oh.
Sorry, we
'Cause
forgot to do
it's-
this. We gotta. I don't know. I feel like we need to add shadow because like I've been integrating all these things into myself, but you're not also integrating the negative in yourself.
And
like,
shadow, yeah,
integrating the victim inside
shadow
of you.
integration has to go in there.
Mm-hmm. Because
Pretty-
it's like we all have. I mean, right now I'm living in my inner victim in the sense of like with the sicknesses, I keep being like, why me? Like I never get sick. I'm like always just.
And that's exactly why you know.
Yeah. It's like I sleep like 3 hours a night just so I can like do all the things.
And it's also to show you your stress level and management of your emotions,
Mhm.
and all of that is important.
yeah.
Saying what you need, getting your needs met, all of that is important, and you must do it.
Yeah,
Or
'cause
at the
otherwise,
cost of-
right. That's the thing. That's the price that everybody pays if you do out of anything other than the joy of feeding a baby duck.
She keeps saying it.
It's true because it's nonviolent communication. My new idol. I get really obsessed with people sometimes, and my current obsession is Marshall Rosenberg, and he taught, and I believe he's dead now, but he taught nonviolent communication, which is like my new jam. It's like the most amazing magic you can learn. It's about hearing what everybody says and does as either a please or a thank you. And if somebody is mad at you or judging you or doing something that you don't like, just trying to figure out how you can figure out what each other's needs are and meet each other's needs in a way that is fulfilling for everybody. And yeah.
It's a good way of communication. It's a great way of communication.
It's really hard. But
yeah, it's hard.
Getting easier.
Yeah.
I just watch it on repeat.
Yeah. Sleep with it.
Sleep with it. I do. I put him on and I just fall asleep. And
that's what I did with that money one, because I was like, that's really good.
The money one is really good. It's about now.
And it's a book.
It's about not charging.
It's about.
It's like you don't charge for what you do.
Right.
You ask for donations to help you continue to do the work.
I know, because what is money? There's we live in a fiat currency kind of economy thing happening here. We're all buying into this thing where money is important. Mm-mm. Is it really? There's
money
nothing
is a tool
behind
to get what is important.
Yeah. And so what is it that you really want? It's not really, you don't do all of those little digits matter in your bank account. No, you not really, because what you do with that, you have electricity and you pay your phone bill. You live in a house, hopefully, or not, but you get your needs met through those dollars. So how do we get our needs met without having to use the dollars? I mean, it's a fiat currency. It means nothing except our belief in it. It's so
pocket
stupid.
Trash.
Yeah. Which is an
Once
excellent
I can
word.
figure out how to get the gas station attendants to give me gas. It's like, if you knew the work I did, you would give me gas for free so I can continue my work. And if you'd like to come, you're welcome to quit your job and get up in the car and we'll go meditate together. Because that's what we're here to do.
Yeah, so it is. That's what we do.
Maybe it'll work sometime.
I just think persisting and just keeping on our current path, we'll meet the goal.
Yeah.
I don't have any doubt that we'll meet that goal, because the world has to change. It has to change.
I mean, that's what's going on. Right now, it's we're the whole age of Aquarius thing, which is ruled by,
and the whole awakening and everything everybody's talking about. It's happening. So there's no reason for me to think that it could fail.
Is that your car?
Oh, it could be.
Hold on, this might be an important conversation.
Hello. No, but is this Cadillac? No.
Okay, we'll call you back.
No. Yes, thank you.